Hey guys, welcome to the Retro Gaming Junction. This is Camilio. We're continuing our game of Ultima VIII. And we're not supposed to be here. Apparently this is not even what I'm supposed to do right now. But we have this item, which I think is super important for the end of the game. Art of Earth. We are going to teleport. Confusion blasts. Probably don't need this anymore. So I'm not sure, but I think I want to drop some of these. I have so many. This, I think I'm gonna keep it. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, this is a place that, okay, so last stream, one of the last thing I said is that there wasn't any 2 level, but no, here it loads the second level immediately on top of the first level, like in Ultima VII. I talk to you about something? Ready for your second spell, Meteor Shower. As you know, my friend, I'm still forced to charge a mediocre medicum of obsidian. 100 this time. I have 274. Can we get out of here? Okay, I'll keep one. I don't think I need this. I think I need this. What's our weight? 72. These things explode, I think, or they turn in fire when I... No? Oh, it's when I double click on them. Okay, I will drop some of these. Right here. How do I... Yeah, okay. Okay. Good, good, good. No, I don't want to step on this. This doesn't do anything. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of exploration now. I haven't really explored the... Well, I've explored a little bit of city, but like once and then... Okay, so now we're on the top of the castle. What's this? Candle. My dearest Pagan, I regret to tell you that I will not be home from this visit as soon as I have thought. My healing services will be needed here for some time as a terrible thing has happened to this small village. 2 nights ago, as I had finished my evening rituals, I heard a terrible commotion from the town square. I ran out to see what the trouble was, only to find the town overrun by trolls. The trolls had come in search for their favorite meal, human children. From house to house they went, ripping their doors off and brushing aside the men as if they were no more than flies. Mothers wailed as babes were torn from their breasts, and fathers cried in anguish as one by one their children were eaten alive. The bloody procession went on, and I feared screams and sobs will ring in my darkest dreams forever. And then a miracle occurred. From the final house came not a cry of torment, but one of victory. We raced down the street to the house. We found the inside strewn with the bodies of the trolls. And there in the middle stood Nidra, a young woman who had just given birth a few days before. She had her newborn clutched in one arm, and the other was a magnificent silver sword. She told us that Tatas. The trolls burst in. She had grabbed the only weapon she had, a knitting needle, and had cried out to Stratos to protect her child. Instantly, in answer to her plea, the great Stratos turned the needle into a magnificent sword. She said the sword fairly danced in her hand, slaying the trolls left and right until none were left alive. While I can find some solace in the miracle Stratos performed, I'm afraid the task ahead of me is almost overwhelming. I do what I can to ease the hurts, but wounds of the mind, Stratos gives no power to heal. I will stay until I've done all I can, then I will carry the sword, now called Protector, to Argentrock's Isle. There I will prepare a small shrine for it in the catacombs beneath the monastery. I do miss you, my love, and ask that you watch over our dear little Stelos until I can return. It is sad his mother must be away from him so soon after his birth, but I must serve where I am needed. I'm sure you understand. All my love, Veras. Okay. That was cool. Guard log. Did we ever talk? We did talk. I'm from Earth. Earth? What sort of nonsense is this? A place called Earth? There is no place by that name. You are nothing more than a simple-minded fool. Be gone. Let's see. I picked up a couple of keys. The key might be just here. I'm surprised that it's not doing one of these things. Can I move these? Yes. Oh, this is also locked. Oh, this is the barracks, so possibly everything will be locked and difficult to open. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, this exploded in my face, I remember that. Let's pull up a map of this place. And this is west. I think that you need not know such things, but let me assure you that not all of my life revolves around death. Most times there are form or something to study. Only most of the time, I've warned you not to pry into my affairs, not fool yourself into thinking I am capable of performing the duties in my position, even when the victims are not bound. I have no qualms about slaying someone who deserves to die. Though I do not necessarily agree with the lady's methods. Ah. What do you study? My dear stranger, if I have not yet made it perfectly clear that my business is none of your concern. It's none of your concern. What do you disagree? It is not right to let the body fall to the lurker. It violates the pact, something for which Lithos will not likely stand much longer. You know very little of our culture, stranger. I suggest that change. The pact is one forged ages ago between Lithos and our people. Our duty from the covenant is to send our dead to Lithos, yet Lady Mordia elects to give them to her patron, Idros. It is only a matter of time before the dead rise up and avenge the Mountain King. Dead rising up? Aye, so the story goes. When he's angry, Lithos will set upon us our long-lost kindred, which he has willed to live again. Well, 'tis hardly living. But legend holds that they walk and fight like men. I've seen such wander about inside the confines of the cemetery, though even I have not dared to enter within. Why do you avoid the cemetery? An odd question, stranger. I do not wish audience with the dead. That is the realm of the necromancers. Necromancers. We know this. If you're too interested. Are they in the cemetery? Do not tell me you're such a... Who is Lithos? I know not from where you hail, but... Ah, got that. And she's then none of my concern. Okay. I think I talked about all this before, but there was that part about the dead that I didn't remember. Maybe I just didn't understood at the time, because this place is complicated. How do I get on the other side here? It's moving stuff sometimes. You never know. Oh, that's a chest. A lot of chest. Ah, there you go. It's just a simple axe. Dark diamond. Oh my god. Yeah, he sells weapon, which I don't really need right now. This helmet does look better than the one I have right now. Iron bars, helmet, shield. How are you? I accomplished quite a bit today. I must say that I feel truly blessed to have talented ends. You've got talented ends? I know that it sounds immodest to say such things, but it is the truth. Besides, it was not I that created my talents. The creators made me as I am, skills and all. Creators? What creators? Creators! I did not mention creators. You must have been mistaken, my friend. I would never speak of such nonsense. Why the lady forbids such talks. Yeah, I've always had a great talent in shaping metal. What have you done? Nothing special. I've just had a productive day so far. I truly hate it when I have not a productive day. We must contribute? Yes, we must all do our part in society. If we do not all pull our load, then others must take up the slack. When that happens, then unhappiness breeds and society will break down. Hard work keeps all of this from happening. Oh yes, my father taught me that you must work hard in order to be respected. No one respects a lazy person who does not carry their load. He's always close to this, so it would be very difficult to pick up that helmet.
I do so enjoy the cries of torment.
Yeah. Like that for now. Oh, that's candle. That's not blood. Blood vial. Oh, come on. This I don't find no beauty in the world anymore, something like that. No, nothing here. I'm gonna exit the town on the west here once we're done exploring. What about you? Are you... Yeah, you're a named character. And gems... Oh, okay. Yeah, DX is there. I'll just go in between you two. Okay. Okay, let's go to the tavern. Oh, something there. 7 coins. Taking this, thank you. Flask. She's fine with me now. I insulted her at the beginning of the game. Let none doubt that no greater hero did ever walk the lands of Pagan than the immortal Morians. Morians did earn the title of immortal, as he still walks at the right hand of the Mountain King. Dead in body, but not in spirit, Morian's legacy of greatness and heroism will live on into eternity. Many young children who have not yet learned of Morian's true wonderment do often look with innocent, upturned eyes and ask with voices filled with awe of the great men of which they've heard their playmates speak. Then do the parents sit down with their children and tell them the story of the greatest of all magic users, the first necromancer. Morian's greatness became obvious when he was still but a young boy. At the age of 7, he slew a troll that did threaten his father. Although the troll was terrible and large and armed with a deadly club, Morians stood unafraid. The blessed child Morian stood with a sharp stone in hand and hurled the stone with a very great force. The stone struck the troll in the eye and landed with such force that the troll did fall dead and Morian's father was saved. The great feats of Morians did not end with this victory over the troll. When Morians was just beginning to grow into manhood, a strange man did come into his village. The stranger did speak well and claimed to be a prophet. Many people did come to hear this man speak, for he did offer salvation to those who would follow him. But Morians, in his great wisdom, did see the man for a charlatan, and rebucked him. When this is an A, this is an O, this is an A, this is an O, this is O, this is O. So charlatan, not charlatan. It should be A. When the others heard Morians, they too saw that the man was a false prophet and did stone him to death. Such was the greatness of Morians. But the greatest story of Morian's greatness is the story of the pact which Morians made with the Mountain King. Great is the power of the Earth Titan, and terribly did he shake the ground. For unbeknownst to mortal man, the Mountain King did not have a great hunger for human flesh. Therefore Lithos would tear open the land, and in would spill his victims. Morians knew of Lithos' longing, for Morians was wiser than any other. Without fear, Morians did tread beneath the ground to find the Mountain King in the city of the dead. Morians did confront the great and mighty Mountain King. Lithos shook the ground, yet still was Morians unafraid. When Lithos asked why Morians should come before a Titan, Morians told Lithos that he knew of the Titan's hunger. Therefore did Morians offer a bargain with the Mountain King. Should Lithos spare the people above the ground and let them live to old age, Morians himself would ensure that upon death, all of the remains would be offered unto Lithos. If this bargain should be kept, promised Morians, the almighty Titan would have his fill and the people above the ground could then live unafraid. Lithos began being most impressed with this fearless mortal which stood before him, did agree that such a bargain would be a good thing. Then did Morians promise that he personally would enter all of the dead, giving over their bodies to Lithos. So impressed by Morians' courage and self-sacrifice was Lithos that he did give his necromancer his greatest prize, the art of the earth. This treasure, which is the largest diamond-shaped object in the world, is made of a pure and lovely black rock. Oh, so rare is this black rock that there are only 5 pieces of it in the entire world. And so proud was Morians of his treasure that he did vow to never give it up, but to carry the art of earth into the city of the dead and hold it for eternity. Countless are the stories of Morians' greatness and power, truly too many for the stone to contain. But to tell any more of Morians' glory would be immodest and unworthy of such a noble man. This then ends this incomplete life story of Morians, necromancer, prophet, hero, so written by my hand in a great tomb completed at the time of Bloodwatch, Morians, necromancer. What that was? So written by my hand in the great tomb completed at the time of Bloodwatch, Morians, necromancer. So he's the one who wrote all this. What? That's what it says. Written by my hand, and then it says Morian Necromancer. Like this thing is written like he was the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. Became a statue. Eyes of sapphire, cheeks of rubies. Okay, that statue must exist. Let's take this. Let's save it for in case something happens.
Enjoying your stay on Pagan, Avatar?
Okay. Oh my god. Wait, there was something there. No, okay. Like, I think I could just jump down. I'm not sure about the damage it would do me. Okay, and apart from that, there's another. I'm not sure if it went in here. Oh, right in here. We've done. Well. Actually. This part here. I feel like I'm just like go in. No. But yeah, we drop down, and the only way to come back up is going through that hole again. Oh, or is it? Yeah, I like coming here, I'm not sure. Oh, there's nothing. Or there was something and I picked it up. God damn it. Okay, now we're gonna explore East Tenebra. There's a basement here. How did I miss that? Yeah, apparently there's a basement to this place. No. Okay, yeah, we're going to go to the basement, but not right now. Well, East Tenebra, I kind of explored it last time. I don't think I missed anything. Let's just go back to library. Yeah, let's just go back to library and see if that other house is still locked. Okay, anyway, I'll take a little break here and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
To 6 starships simultaneously in over 100 different missions. Spend prestige points on refits, new officers, supplies, and new ships. Starfleet Command offers all the weapons of war, overloaded disruptors, photon torpedoes set on proximity warheads, electronic countermeasures, transporter bombs, mines, boarding parties to capture enemy vessels. Tired of playing the good guy? Change your allegiance and take command in the Romulan Star Empire, the Klingon Empire, the Hydran Kingdom, and introducing the Lyran Star Empire. Star Trek Starfleet Command. The strategy starship game the universe has been waiting for.
And after 13 years, I can finally say,
I have absolutely no urge
to play this game.
New Asteroids is here for PC and PlayStation with 3D graphics, deadlier weapons, and two-player action. It's the most addictive game ever.
Raymond! You're a weak man, Ray.
Asteroids, they're back.
Oh man, these stakeouts are murder. I'm so bored my head's going numb.
Try 3.
3 tablets?
No, Police Quest 3 from Sierra Online.
It's got hard-hitting, real adventure game strength. Real actors, video captured and animated. Real action. Use authentic police procedures if you want to survive. Real cases. Track down a ring of crack dealers in a town held in the grip of terror by brutal cult killers. For fast-acting boredom relief, try Police Quest 3 from Sierra.
We are back. Lots of books in here. Was it dude? Yeah, I think you. Maybe not. What's your name? Ask more than sent you to question me? Mordia. Ah, if you do not know who I am, then you do not know what I've done. Okay. Some people like got killed or something for associated with me or something like that. There was a dude here and he's not here anymore. Yeah, the other place I want to go is there's another. Whoa. Wait, the key might just be here, maybe behind these potted plants? Who knows? No, apparently not. Can I jump upstairs? Can I jump on this and then on this? Can I stack stuff to go on the top there? You never know when you can or cannot like get on stuff. Probably not. I had to try. Okay, we're pretty much done with this part here. Well, I could go talk to one of the only other character I can talk to here. characters. There was some more added here. Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, Bentic, I think, is the last thing they added. And I did talk to that guy. Guilty of researching into forbidden subjects, disobeying royal order to cease all probing into such studies, spreading malicious lies, slandering to Lady Mordia, inventing stories found defamatory to the well-being of the Tempestry, the pilfering of books from the state's library, and acts of treachery too treacherous in nature that they may not be listed here. The confiscated research is secured in the dungeon evidence chamber for further review to determine the presence of additional conspirators. Punishment: death by beheading. Okay, the dungeon. Yeah, we need to go to the dungeon. Hello. There used to be a dude here. Yeah, we will go into the dungeon, but I want to first go here.
At this very moment, Britannia
Yeah, I did
burns.
go here. I remember that. That's Ardros. A god, apparently. How come I can't move any of these things? Come on. Okay. Let's say there's nothing here. Oh yeah, there was a bunch of little difficult fights here. No, I don't think they'll be difficult anymore. I don't care about you. There's something here. This is supposed to be a dungeon. Oh, is this... Oh. What is this? It's a broken chair or something. I remember coming in here and the floor did a and I was, oh shit, I'm gonna die if I go here. Twice I've heard about this. When you walk near it, the ground will give way beneath your feet and drop you in a new area. It just doesn't. Man, that sucks because apparently this is one of the best weapons in the game. What? So I didn't get dropped because I didn't get dropped, I never get dropped here, and this is it. Oh, something weird. Oh, shit! I had to find the perfect angle.
So invigorating.
Last save was pilgrimage, dead end, grave, end stream. Let's say it was end stream. Okay. Ow. Okay. Ooh, 45, wow. The key must be close. What the fuck? I never put that there. Ow. If ye be strong of arm, swift of leg, and valorous of heart, then read on. But if ye not be of all these things, shrink away from what is contained within me. For the knowledge which lies within my family does contain such power as to burn ye into cinders if ye be not worthy. If you have ever doubted thy strength, go now and look no further. For if ye be false, the slayer shall devour all thy blood in one clean lick. But if ye be truly worthy, the slayer shall come forth with ye in fierce tempest, and like a Jove shall it strike down thine enemies. Now ye have been warned. If ye wish to take up the quest to find the slayer, then proceed. Tread ye upon the path that was brought ye this far, and look for my twin. Find the one who is identical to me, and he shall lead you further. Okay.
I do so enjoy the cries of torment.
Oh. No, I'm gonna take it. Shut up. Curse upon me. Is this even working? Yes. Can I kill this stuff? I tried once and it just... Whatever. They just want to battle me. I don't care. Oh. Feel good for having found me, yet more trouble does lie ahead. Now ye do truly enter the resting place of the Slayer. Soon will ye be within reach of the Slayer, whose cruel hand does strike fear within the hearts of those who oppose it. Be ye not be there yet. Quick and nimble must be the person who commands the force of the Slayer. Look again for one of my line. Should ye find my cousin, then you shall learn where the Slayer waits. Okay. I think this is progress. I'm gonna come back and explore the rest of this dimension. Squish. Hello, mister.
You should hear the pleas for help, Avatar.
Okay, no, I thought that. I thought it was a passage there. Man, I really took the right turn the first time I came here. Everything else here is useless. What are you guys' problem? Can I talk to you? I'm the Avatar, and I'm dying. Wear a repulsive costume and wish for me to give you a moment of my time? Okay, it doesn't. Go away. Ah, go away. Oh, you go away. Uh-oh. Okay. I will have to use a potion because I will die. Hey! Rez! Base, good evening. How can it be like no one has talked, like all of a sudden you two arrive at the same time? How is that even possible? Yeah, you were okay. But you talked first, so it doesn't matter. If Base would have said he was lurking. Oh, okay, so Rez said I and then Base said I. But no, you were lurking, but you said hi first and then Base said I. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And it's pretty crazy the number of times that will happen. I'm just pointing it out right now because I want to. Because now, now, unless Base would have said it was lurking, this was really notable. Because like I've been streaming for now almost an hour.
You call this a glitch?
No, it's not a glitch in the Matrix. But yeah, I've been streaming for more than an hour and a half, and nobody's talked, and then boom, boom, like back to back, like boom, boom. This in the same minute, exactly 10:29, 20:29, in the same minute. It's pretty crazy. At this point, I'm just... Oh, there's a book right there. Can I go get that book? I think I can. At this point, I'm just surprised that Rez hasn't mentioned Mexican aliens yet. Every month, there's a theme. We are in a sitcom or some kind of weird episodic thing. And yeah, this month was like a Mexican aliens. If you found me, then first you must have found my brother. What ye have done to come this far, but farther ye must go. Now that ye have heard the call of the Slayer, ye cannot resist its siren song. Many have been mastered by the Slayer's awesome might, but none ever mastered the Slayer completely. So clever, you must ye be told to old... No, so clever must ye be to hold the Slayer as thine ally. Strength alone shan't bind it to thy will. And the memes are out of control. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Last month was Maui. The month before was or last month was the UFO hearing, or I mean, there's so many things. And just when you think you have the thing mastered, it fools you again, leaving you twisting in the dark, grasping for thy wits. Up ahead you shall find diverging path. In one branch will you find another in my family tree. In the other branch will you find a hard road, empty of all but pain. Remember what we have told ye of wisdom, most especially if you choose the wrong branch. So I did choose the wrong branch after having chosen the right branch. I haven't done a deep analysis of it yet. The Nazca alien, it's actually an old thing, and I had heard about it. It's 2018. Maybe a little earlier, but in 2018 apparently it was debunked. And then the same guy yeah, showed that in the Congress. Oh, well, like, it was a big hearing that lasted a long time, and it was just maybe 5 minutes of it. There was other things, but when it came out, there wasn't any good translation. There was a translation, but it was shit. So I'm still kind of waiting on an English translation of that. But it was kind of like immediately dismissed. But if you're not on X Twitter, or if you're not on Twitter, you should go and just like I don't even follow anybody UFO related. But I just go in the wow. I just go into the trending, and it's just like all UFO stuff since about 2 months. Not all, but there's a lot of that. Old stuff that... Oh, this is one of the... I picked up one of these parts and brought it with me. Like old stuff that come back, new old people that like kind of shut up for a couple of years and then they're coming back, and all sorts of stuff. Like you said, it's a fucking sitcom. At the moment, everybody, the woke generation, is completely skeptical and just shitting on it. Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Exactly, completely dismissing it. But like even on Twitter, people were very level-headed, and they were like, "Okay, maybe it is, bullshit or whatever, but don't dismiss it outright. Like, do the research, look at it, and like, not just like, you know what, what? Like, come on, man." Like, that's why these people are, like, conning us or whatever for selling books, I guess, on extraterrestrial or whatever. Or their new show on ancient aliens. But, like, if they don't have the proof and you come and debunk it, like, correctly. Don't just, like, brush it off like meh. Like, it's crazy because yes, this week NASA came out with their UAP thing. They would say something after the hearing, and they were like, meh. And people on Twitter were like, what the fuck? Like, they just brushed off like about 50 years of data. Like, we have like data. It's not like we have nothing. And instead of saying like, okay, we're gonna explore the thing, we're gonna check it out, and maybe it's gonna be nothing, but at least we're gonna check it out. It's like, nah, we don't have time for this shit. So at first I was like, okay, at first, like I'm very like broadly caricaturing and and making fun of it, but I was like, I believe in aliens, which is not necessarily the case, but I believe in alien. And then the government says, hey, they may be aliens, and I'm like, I don't believe in aliens anymore. And then NASA comes out and says, no, there's nothing. Okay, I believe in aliens again, you know? It's not exactly that, but kind of, you know? Like, just because NASA says it's nothing, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, maybe there is something. But there is at this moment, and it'll last for at least a year, maybe more, there is definitely some kind of coming out. Yeah, it is a coming out. Kind of like with the Me Too movement or other movement like that, where somebody says something or a group says something, and they're for some reason at that moment they're not ridiculed, and other people are like, oh, so I can talk now. I'm not gonna like lose my job or be canceled or make fun of by my family and friends. Oh, well then I'll say something, and then I'll say something, and then sometime it snowballs, and it seems to be snowballing right now. I don't think the media talks about it, but I don't really look at the news, like the mainstream news, so I don't know what they're talking about it, but I know that there is talk about it because apparently the Mexican Congress decided that, yeah, we're also gonna do a hearing about aliens because the US did it. I don't know why they did. Yeah, that's the general populace at the moment. The only way they'll get everyone's attention is if they disrupt internet completely. Who are they? Who are they? You can't just say that. Them. The Illuminati. So this book told us about a branch that gave us earthing and another branch that was the family branch, which I think is this branch here. Okay, we're going through this. Like, Base lives in an area that has a lot of UFO sightings. What do you think about that, Base? What are your thoughts? Did you ever see one? Did you like... This seems to be where I need to go. About like UFOs and aliens, UAPs. Sorry, we need to. Oh, use the proper term. You basically UAP. What now? Yeah, unidentified aerial phenomena. Come on, get with the time, old man. Yeah, like about 5 years ago, maybe a little less, they changed the terms. Instead of being UFOs, it's called UAPs now, and apparently your government, not mine, my government doesn't give a shit about UFOs. Your government is kind of interested in the subject and keep bringing it up again and again and again. It's not even the media. It could be the media. It is not. It's fucking Congress and it's the CIA. It's the CIA a couple of years ago who decided to change the name of it. I think it was the CIA. It wasn't NASA. Do you believe in aliens? Is there aliens? Have you ever seen a UFO/UAP? Is there alien among us? Is the president Elon Musk and Zuckerberg reptilians? We all want to know. Oh shit. Okay, no, we can't. No, I can't attack this thing. I need to go away. I sleep here. No, it's no time to rest. Ah. And the time is still going, I think. Well, have you done to reach this far? I'm not opposed to the idea that someone might have something extraterrestrial, but I'm skipped. Oh man, my government is in the toilet. What have you done to reach this far? Behind me lies the entrance way of the Slayer's chamber. But to be fair, we're not like... I don't know, like Brazil or something, in terms like we have a good system here, so we're falling from high, but we're falling. What, everybody got fucking Ebola or some shit like that? No. The only I heard about Burning Man, just like Burning Man, like you're just talking, like that's what I heard about. But from real people that been there, I was listening to a podcast with Co-Carnage and two other guys that were talking about Baldur's Gate and Starfield. That's mostly why I was listening to it. But one of the guy, they talked for at least 20 minutes at the beginning of the podcast about Burning Man. One of the guy went there. And it was like, he was there, and when he came back, it was like, apparently something happened. And he was like, I don't know. I was there. It was fun. It was Burning Man. It was like, it was Burning Man. I don't know. I don't think it was much different than any other years. Maybe there were more people this year, maybe. Because it's getting more popular, social media, people know more about it. And if something happens, it's going to be propagated faster. Hey, Eric, thank you so much for another subscription. 37 months, dude. I fucking love you. They're blaming it on art? What? Weather warfare? What? No, it's just like... That's just Burning Man, man. What? It's like Woodstock. What, because there was a shit ton of... like, this summer was so rainy here. It's crazy. There was so much rain. Every 2 days, it's raining all day. And it rains a lot here. It's not like London or something. It's not like England, or Scotland, but it does rain a lot here. In Scotland or in England, it does rain, but there's a lot of wind. So when it rains for about like a couple of minutes, maybe an hour or two. Here, when it rains the whole day. It's a rainy day. It really sucks. It like fucks up your whole fucking day. If you wanted to do something like outside. Behind me, like the entranceway, the Slayer chamber. But for the last time, be ye warned. Many are those who have tread these grounds before ye. Many have come seeking the Slayer, and jealous are they of others who seek what they prize. Go ye now into the chamber, for the Slayer beckons. The Slayer, whose fine oaken body be so strong as to withstand the titanic forces that would try to tame it. Ye have come seeking this treasure. Ye have now gotten what ye have sought. Be careful that it does not kill ye, for the Slayer will not travel with ye unless it dreams ye worthy. Ye!
You should hear the pleas for help.
Nobody got prepared because it's fucking Burning Man, and everybody there is fucking high, and they don't give a shit about anything. I'm sure it was people outside the Burning Man. I was looking at Burning Man, I was like, man, these people, what's going on? People in Burning Man were like, whoa, Burning Man! You know? Woohoo, Burning Man! I don't know what they do. I don't know. In my mind, it's like Woodstock, but I don't. Do they listen to music? What they do? I know there's a lot of drugs, but that's about it. Drugs and mud. When I think about that's what I think about. Slayer 2, I don't know. Oh, I don't have the key for this. Do I? Oh, apparently I have the key for this. When did I pick it up? Psytrance stuff? That sounds like something I would like. I like synthwave. Is that something that's similar to that? Yeah, once upon a time, about 2-3 years ago, we were talking about it here. Bunch of hippies. It sounds like it's a bad thing when you say that. Maybe you are, I don't know. I have nothing about against hippies. Just jump up. Playing fucking Prince of Persia here.
Ah, Avatar, the thrill of conquest is so invigorating. Your treasured Britannia succumbs easily. Soon, all the land will be mine.
Yeah. Boom. It's 25. Do we see like the... We don't see the damage it does. Oh. You just have to guess. It's so stupid. I can look online, but back then it's just like, well, I suppose a Slayer must be a good weapon since I'm picking it up here. And now we could go back outside, but by walking, but we're gonna teleport. Plateau. Back to the plateau. The plateau is actually a place in Montreal. Talking about hippies, the plateau is actually a place in Montreal where a bunch of rich hippies live. Those guys are a bunch of hippies. Fuck them. Yeah, nice. There's nothing worse than a rich hippies. Than rich hippie. Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. And I think I'm gonna call it a night. We didn't do much, but it's okay. I'm gonna take my time for this game because this game needs to end at the end of October. You know what game would have been perfect instead of playing Final Fantasy II once we're done with this? Because my conundrum here is that this will end mid-October. That's a guess, but I'm pretty sure that that'll be the case. So, and the game I wanted to play after this was Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy II, whatever, Final Fantasy IV, which for me doesn't feel October, or it doesn't need to be like a horror game, but just Final Fantasy II. Final Fantasy VI would already have been better. But the game I'm thinking is Gothic. Gothic would have been the perfect game. I've been wanting to play it for years now. It's one of the first games that I put on the list of games I wanted to stream. But everybody was always streaming it, and I was, oh, I'll just wait. And now they just announced Gothic 3. So now more people are playing it. But that would have been a good game. And it's actually like it's just right after. Or maybe there's another game also. There's Stone Keep. Yeah, I might actually play Stone Keep. It bugs me to switch my schedule of games, but I might actually play Stone Keep just so it's less, like, more dark game, like a darker game. So yeah, speaking of horror games, I'm playing Bioforge, Zork Nemesis, Ecstatica, and Sanitarium. Sanitarium is the only game that I already had planned for Halloween. And even though it looks like that's a lot of games, I don't think it'll fill October completely. I don't think so. I think Bioforge might be 3 streams. Zork Nemesis is going to be 3 or 4 streams. Ecstatica might be 2 streams. It's a very short game, maybe 3. And then Sanitarium, 4 or 5 streams. And that doesn't cover October. Anyway, let's rate somebody. No, Gothic 3 is out. But, well, they announced a Gothic game. Kilgore is playing Gothic 3. It's crazy. More people are playing Gothic, and others somewhat. I thought that there were like, not underrated, but more like hidden gems, underdogs. But Gothic is like has a huge following. It's not Arcanum. Like Arcanum, nobody plays Arcanum. Nobody plays Anachronox, another great game. But I wanted to check. Yeah, what's the, like, Gothic? The news gonna new game. Oh, it's a remake. It's a remake. Oh, well, if they're making a remake, it's damn time that I play the original then. When is that coming out? When is that coming out? Another thing, it's a 2000 game. I feel like playing it. I've been playing a couple of recent games. It just says coming soon on Steam. They have all the requirements. This must be just on the cusp. Fateful full remake of original Gothic 1. Shit. I'm actually kind of like, fuck. date 2024. That would be nice. Yeah, just wait. I'm not ready yet. God damn it. Like fucking Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. I actually wanted to buy Starfield. I might actually not buy it right now. It might take a while. I've played Parasite Eve. Recent games sounds like blasphemy to me. Exactly. I can't play games past like 2000. That's like just like I'm on the verge of getting arrested by the retro police and being like, yo, like being like Invasion of the Body Snatcher style. What the fuck is going on here? Is that just a video? What the fuck? Like, is that AI or? I don't even know what I'm looking at. That's Twitch for you. Let's raid. Serious Cackle Demon. I have no mount. That's played also. You want me to list all the horror games I played recently? Or on the channel? They're all there. They're all there on the bottom of the channel. They're not. They don't say like horror, but it's they're chunks. So yeah, I started with. It was Vampire Games. Veil of Darkness, Bloodnet, Soul Reaver, Blood Omen, Vampire the Masquerade, System Shock 2. Then Phantasmagoria 1, Phantasmagoria 2, Evil Dead Regeneration. Oh, that was it? For that year? Kudelka, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, Clock Tower. Gabriel Knight 2, Gabriel Knight 1 and 2, that counts. Dead Space, Undying, Alan Wake, Fear, Alien Isolation, Ghostbusters, the video game. Realms of the Hunting, Resident Evil 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much it. Now it's this year. Thanks for watching. Ciao.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
I'll buy that